I'm Yannick Bélisson. I'm one of the shamans of the Alps, and I have been open nearly 10 years ago by Manesh Ibar, and since then I've been traveling mostly and following my heart and following like the path of initiation that was unfolding in front of me. I've no choice especially to come into shamanism. My phone dialed a number on his own when I was at university, and the guy answered the call, and he was going to see Manesh at the end of the week, and so I went with him and encountered Manesh and shamanism. It was 2013. From there I traveled the world. I was following an initiation called kind of initiation of death. You have to follow what you want to do if you will die soon, and you have to follow this road or this line as close as possible, and that's what I have done. I went on into the world India, encounter Sorcerer of Nepal, go down all to Asia, Australia too, and then lost myself finally in an island in the Pacific, in Solomon Island. Stayed a bit more than 10 days alone, been attacked and bitten by a crocodile, and I managed to survive, to get out of there, and it was kind of the high point of the initiation. It was not just an idea, it was real, and it was all the way to get there. It was already pretty hard, but then it is what it is, and went back in France but not stay long. When I healed, just a few months after that, I was still in the initiation, so and my heart was telling to keep on traveling, so I went in South America with a few €100 and no plan, as I was doing. And I've been taught by Shipibo in the Amazon mostly, and I'm carrying the space of medicine right now. And then been back in France after a few years. At one point I stopped traveling and I say okay, enough enough, and I start settling here. I meet my fiancée right now. She will be soon my wife, and we have started giving back what other people in the world are giving to me. So initiation, I'm doing a little bit of the medicine of the Indian of the north and of the south. So the vision quest, as it was told to me by Manesh, and I'm working inside the plant too, the plant medicine. And this year it was the end of a step for me after all this year, because somehow I've been accepted by the plant and received my Indian name, and from that day people have started coming to me from different parts of France and of part in the world. So it was just amazing to see it and to say okay, I've end the cycle, one of the cycle to end, and it was all love. I mean, it's just love, and there is many things that has happened to me. I start marrying people in the shamanic way too, and even my dad and the community around here in the Alps, they start recognizing me. So it was great. It's like celebration too. It was as I see it, if I'm here today, it's a huge part because of shamanism, because of the plant initiation, and the wisdom that has been handed down since a long time. So yeah, various thing into the initiation of shamanism that is like really empowering and help us to just center into who we are and just be ourselves. And I mean, so much love. Yeah, it was not always easy, like it's not an easy path to go, but yeah, when you follow it as I follow it, and yeah, it's a wonderful way. So I was working as a ski instructor before, and a photographer and videographer, and we started working with Manesh like on a project about shamanism and the way of shamanism in modern time, and what he can do like for people, and try to share and to let the knowledge available like in the space of the internet or movie or something. Yeah, and he told me about the series and the Netflix series. So yeah, it was a little bit of myself, of who I am, and yeah. I hope this presentation is okay. If you want more, just tell me and we try to add things up. It was a short one, and yeah, I mean, for me shamanism is contained like in the sound too. It's like the original sound, and the medicine space is all in the sound too. So I will chant one of mine, and I believe it's where you see what is inside a person, especially a shaman. Is in the space of medicine you hold. Many guys on my cape, on Japai, Hapas on my Machapai, no, Hapas on Japai. Majamaji champash my jon jabagi. Oh.